out here for the culture.
Alright, YouTube, we good? Let's do it. Alright, how y'all guys doing? Y'all good?
Good. We good on Facebook, on the book.
Yeah, we good on? We on the book? Alright, let's see here. Let me get our folks to log in. Make sure you let them know to go ahead and do their watch parties.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's share this watch parties, get these numbers up. Let's do it. Share it to your mama and them, your granny and them, all that, you know.
Cousins.
Yeah, your cousins, second cousins, kinfolk.
Alright, so
gonna be
we're
a good
going
one.
live in 10 seconds.
Alright.
Count you down. Are we going production live? 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, oh now, welcome to Under the Influence Live. This is a show about storytelling and messages, not alcoholic beverages. I'm your host, Aquan Robinson. We're broadcasting live from Whittier Sports Lounge today. I'm super excited about our guest, college student, singer, musician, legacy maintainer. His mom and daddy named Terrence Baldwin Jr. I'm gonna call him Young Bug. He's got a single out right now. I wanna love. Y'all give it up for our guest, that Boogie. Claps. Applause.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Nah, man, I'm just living.
Good. Hey, man, listen. I'm so excited to have you on as a guest. I've been watching you from afar. You know, I know your pops. Watching you grow up, become the young man that you are. I'm excited for the young king. You know, so appreciate you coming out, getting a chance to kind of tell your backstory. So, first question is, where you get the name Boogie? Why they call you Boogie?
Well, really, my dad has been calling me Boogie ever since I was a baby, honestly.
Okay.
So I don't really have a meaning for Boogie, but I will say that he called me that when I was a little kid. We used to play wrestle all the time, and I used to dance a lot. So I guess he just said your name is gonna be Boogie.
Boogie, hey,
right?
And stuff. Hey, and that's how it happens,
Yeah.
man. You know, it's organic. It lives with you, you stick, and you roll with it from there. So, you know, you talked about your pops. Obviously, he's an influence to you, but tell us how you got into music.
I feel like I was born into music, honestly.
Okay.
So just everyone around me has been playing music and just been vibing on music. And of course, I've been around my dad a lot as a child, and the way that he has like the love for music, I just saw that as a kid, and I was like, man, I want to be just like him when I grow up.
So to take it a step further, what's it been like growing up with a father that's a musician, a professional musician?
Wow, it's amazing. Just like being around him, watching him perform as a kid,
Yep.
and seeing that he could make people like happy in the crowd, just watching them, and they're entertained by his words and the music that he plays. It's just amazing. So I always wanted to be a part of it ever since I was a kid.
That's what's up. So diving down into your personal music, you know, how would you describe your music, your sound, and what goes from there?
So like as far as genre, I like to say that I make like pop, R&B, and neo soul, and the messages that I try to bring into my music is just how I feel in that current moment. So like if I'm feeling happy or if I'm feeling sad, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make a song about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So really, my music comes from like my daily life.
Okay. Personal experiences.
Right.
Yeah. So that's actually a good segue since we talk about current experiences. You know, it's a lot been going on this week. The past month, obviously, we've been dealing with COVID-19, but you know, this is a show about the culture, for the culture. You know, it's a lot been going on this week as far as, you know, the African American experience. You know, when we talk about the lives of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and just recently George Floyd, how has that affected you, you know, personally and potentially musically?
Like when I hear stuff about that, you know, it's kind of touchy, but See, I try to avoid myself from talking about it because I know that I can get very emotional.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, this is the space to do that. So
Right.
if you want to take it there, that's cool.
you know, and I hate to say it, but I'm so used to seeing stuff like this, and it's crazy to say that. But every time I'm like reading an article, it doesn't matter what it is. It's my mind and my whole emotion is just dull. Like I'm so tired of crying, and I'm tired of being angry.
Yeah.
So like whenever I see a passage about, you know, police brutality or just another black person just being killed, it's a dull feeling. I don't feel too bright about it.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, you talked about, you know, being upset and angry, and one of the things is I was trying to figure out how I was going to address it during the show because I felt like it needed to be talked about. But one quote always stands out to me, and it's to be black and conscious in America is to be in field of raise. It's a quote from James Baldwin. And so, you know, it's one of those things that, especially me as a parent, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 young sons. Growing up in this world, how do you prepare them for this? The same way my parents, grandparents, and before them had to prepare them. But it's different when you're a parent, right?
Right.
So I wanted to ask you that based on being, you know, a young man, teenager in this world too, how it's affecting your peers going forward. So I appreciate your emotion about that, because I think a lot of times we don't get to share that emotion out. And it's a lot of times, definitely it's better to get it out than to hold it in. So I appreciate you touching on that.
Yeah, and another thing, like, let's say if I do get pulled over, you know, I just try my best to comply. I don't ask any questions. Maybe sometimes you have to take that L, you know, but a L is better than, you know, taking a life. So
That's right.
I just try my best to comply with the police officer.
Well, hey man, you know, we're gonna continue to pray for all of us out here. Stay safe, do what we need to do to get to the house. You know what I mean? That's what it matters. Like you said, keep that life moving. So, moving on, you know, let's talk about you know, kind of how long you've been musically inclined. Right. When's the first time you were like, I want to be a musician, or I want to be a performer, or, you know, whatever, just be out, you know, using your talents, your God-given abilities?
So I've always been performing ever since I was a kid, like on stage with theater. I went to Carver Elementary, Magnet side.
Yep.
And yeah, I used to always love being a part of those theater programs, and I was doing the things with Tania Stewart.
Yep.
3T.
Shout out to Dr. Stewart.
Yeah, Dr.
3T
Stewart.
Taps.
All right.
Shout out.
So I've always been wanting to be a part of the entertainment business, but as far as music, my dad has Logic Pro.
Okay.
I used to love making beats. That's all I was doing, was just making beats when I was in middle school. I remember I want to say 14 when I started.
Okay.
And ever since then, I just had love for music. I didn't necessarily start like making songs, but I was just making beats, just producing.
So when did you graduate from, you know, doing beats to actually writing songs?
I guess it was one time he heard a beat and he came knocking in. He was just like, "Man, you need to make a song to that." And I was like, "No, man, I would never," because I wasn't really good at writing, you know. And then he came knocking in. He was just like, "Hey, man, you're not gonna get no better if you don't start making some songs."
Okay.
It was one time I started writing, and I'm like, "This is not gonna work." And I ended up calling a good friend of mine. Shout out to Timothy, by the way. I ended up calling a good friend of mine, and I was like, "Yo, I need help." He was just playing the video game, listening to what I had written down, and he was just like, "Hey, maybe you should say this. Maybe you don't need to stop focusing on rhyming so much and deliver the message." So I guess I'm gonna give it to my boy Timothy and my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So obviously you perform with your dad, and I've seen you do that. What's your favorite song to perform?
I love to perform that T-Pain Buy You a Drink.
That's my favorite. To watch you do it. Yeah. I feel that.
I love when the crowd gets turned or lit to the song. Or I know this John Legend song is "Who Do We Think We Are," and I look into the crowd's eyes and I see them like they're just all tuned in to my voice, and I just love when I just grasp their attention. They can stop whatever they're doing just to hear my voice, and I love to see that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I don't know if I said this earlier. We're taking questions, live. So if y'all got any questions for Boogie, send them out there. We're gonna get them in from our producer, and go from there. So what's your end game? I know you're a college student. What's your major? And tell them where you go to school at.
I go to school at Alabama State University.
Woo! The Alabama State University.
Yeah. And my major is theater arts.
Okay. And so, what are you looking to do after you complete your degree? Moving forward, you want to, act, continue to do musically. Tell me what.
And with that, I honestly, whatever opportunity that I do get, whether it is acting or singing, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to get my money from my talents.
Okay.
I don't want to be able to work for anybody.
There you
go.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So what you currently listening to right now? Like, what's on your iPhone that you got in heavy rotation?
My favorite band of all times is Moonchild.
Okay.
I love listening to Amber Navran. She has an amazing voice. I also love listening to Devin Morrison. He's just dope, a dope musician, a dope artist. I also listen to Iman Omari. The list goes on and on. Tyler, the Creator. Like, okay. I just love listening to these different flavors of music. I also have like a hip hop style too. I have to be in that modern day, so I listen to a lot of TLE Cinco. He's a local here actually.
Okay.
So I listen to a lot of hip hop as well.
All right. Who's your favorite hip hop artist, like of all time?
Whew. Of all time, J. Cole, man.
Okay.
J. Cole's the GOAT. And his whole little crew, the Dreamville crew. Yeah. I had to give them props.
That's what's up. All right. So, I got top 3 musical influences. Name those for me.
Top 3.
That's what I like to call 3 the hard way.
I had to give it to Amber Navran.
Okay.
That's the lead singer for Moonchild. I have to give it to Iman Omar. He's a producer, a dope producer. And I have to give it to Tyler, the Creator. Those 3 just moved me to just work harder. And I see the dedication that they have for this music. So I look at them and I'm like, I want to be better than them. So.
All right, tell the folks about the song you got out right now, and tell them where they can go check it and listen to it, do all that.
The song is called "I Wanna Love." You can find it on all social platforms, and the song is really it's a pop song. You get lit listening to it. You can fall in love listening to it. It's a dope song.
And where can they follow you on social media?
You can follow me That Boogie with 2 underscores on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter, That Boogie, 2 underscores. Same with Snapchat. I try to keep it the same way. And on Facebook, you can find me Terrence Baldwin Jr.
Cool. Producer, we got any questions from the crowd yet?
That is it.
All right.
I think you covered the top 5. Well, I guess it was top 3.
Okay.
But outside of that, I do not see any other questions coming from the live audience.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, that's been Under the Influence. We appreciate y'all checking in. Boogie, I appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate you.
Listen, man, I wish you much success moving forward. Keep doing your thing. Keep going out here, being great, inspiring other folks, and let's just continue to stay up.
All right.
Appreciate you. That's going to be it for the show, Under the Influence Live. We appreciate y'all checking out. Signing off. Peace. You had to put me in with the local guy.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you said? Yeah, 'cause I never heard.